I remember the Saturday I tested my first product idea. 2 hours at my kitchen table, a single landing page, and a text thread with my neighbor that turned into my first paying customer. I had my laptop propped on a cookbook, my toddler asleep in the next room, and a checklist scribbled on a sticky note that said, validate, price, deliver. By Sunday night, I knew whether this was worth chasing. That feeling, tiny risk, big clarity, is what I want for every woman listening today. Welcome to Boardroom and Bonnets with Tamika Shania and my co-hosts, Destiny Brown and Miss B, where ambition meets authenticity. From corporate life and entrepreneurship to motherhood, healing, and real-life conversations, this is your space to grow, laugh, learn, and keep it real. So grab your coffee or your bonnet and let's get into it.
Okay, that neighbor text story is everything because it sounds exactly like the half-asleep, fully determined energy I have every weekend. I mean, 2 hours and a landing page? That's realistic. Tell us what the plan looked like. What did you validate first?
I started with 3 tiny experiments: a 1-question poll to measure interest, a price option DM to test willingness to pay, and a short one-on-one call offer to validate delivery. The idea was not perfection, just proof. If one of those failed, I learned something. If all 3 passed, I had a runway.
I like that. Fast, measurable, and kind to your energy. Too many people assume validation needs a full product. It doesn't. A conversation can be more revealing than a launch. But I'm going to play devil's advocate. How do you keep that one-day effort from bleeding into the rest of your week?
Great question. You set 3 non-negotiables: a published day on the calendar, a 60-minute opening ritual to get focused, and a closing checklist to decide whether the week's work moved the metrics. If the day doesn't have those anchors, it becomes whenever, and whenever kills momentum.
Yes, anchors. Also, do not underestimate the power of the pre-game conversation with your household. I tell my partner exactly what I'm testing, the hours I'll be offline, and one small favor I need, like handling dinner. It reduces friction and makes the day sacred. Sacred sounds dramatic, but it's honest.
I want to add a practical guardrail: money and legal basics. If you start selling, track revenue from day 1 in a simple spreadsheet, and check your employer policy about side projects. You don't need an accountant on week 1, but you do need clarity on thresholds that trigger different steps.
Totally. For listeners, here's a tiny 3-step validation sprint you can run before your next dedicated day. Run a 5-question Instagram poll or a 1-question email, DM 5 people with a price test, and offer 2 free or low-cost discovery calls. Measure responses, clicks, and paid signups. If you get 3 or more warm responses, book the 1-day sprint.
And for moms balancing little ones, set micro sprints inside your day. My Saturday looks like 2 focused hours, a family break, 2 focused hours, then a small admin hour. The breaks are non-negotiable. That rhythm keeps me present both at work and at home.
Micro sprints are great, but another thing, batch your tasks. Use your AM for creative work, funnels, copy, offers, and PM for admin, emails, fulfillment, bookkeeping. Creativity needs uninterrupted time. Admin benefits from momentum. If you flip them, you waste focus.
Here's an AM/PM checklist you can steal. AM, curate top 3 outcomes, do the top dollar creative work, record or write. PM, respond to customer messages, package delivery tasks, update metrics. Finish with a 5-minute review. What worked, what didn't, 1 tweak for next week. That closing review is where progress compounds.
I want to lean into one of the scripts you mentioned earlier, how to bring your partner into a pilot. I give people a 60-second template. Say what you want, why you want a 4-week pilot, what you're asking for, and what you offer in return. For example, I want to test a business on Saturdays for 4 weeks to see if it's financially viable. I need you to handle dinners for 4 Saturdays. In return, I'll take over school runs on weekdays. Short, specific, and negotiable.
Short scripts de-escalate the conversation. But here's the friction point. Some partners will say, "Why Saturdays?" and turn it into a negotiation about time that can derail the pilot. When that happens, set a calendar checkpoint. Agree to try 4 weeks and revisit with metrics. Data makes the conversation less emotional.
I had that exact pushback once. My partner said Saturdays were family time, so we compromised. 1 Saturday a month for family, 3 Saturdays for the pilot, and I swapped responsibilities. At the 4-week review, the revenue and learnings spoke for themselves. Then we renegotiated. Data wins arguments.
Okay, real talk. What's one mistake you both see that makes the weekend CEO fail? For me, it's perfectionism. People spend 10 hours designing a logo instead of talking to 5 customers. Don't sleep on simple tests.
My hot take? Not setting metrics. If you don't know what success looks like, leads, revenue, or hours saved, you'll keep doing busy work. Pick one metric, run to that number. If you hit it, scale. If you don't, pivot.
And I'd add emotional guardrails. Decide before you start how you'll handle low-energy weeks. Will you pause the pilot or reduce scope? Give yourself permission to be human. We want progress, not punishment.
Quick wins time? I'll go first. My rapid win was selling a mini course in week 2 of a pilot, just a 4-video bundle, and earning enough to cover a month's groceries. Pitfall? I tried to do too much and forgot to batch customer service. Lesson learned.
My win, using a single evergreen funnel to collect emails during my first 2 pilots. Those leads paid for a launch later. Pitfall, I ignored a legal checklist early on and had to backtrack on invoicing. Keep the basics tidy.
My quick win? 3 discovery calls turned into a paid pilot offer the very next weekend. The pitfall? Trying to service everyone. The rule that saved me was offer one version, one clear product with a single price. Complexity kills execution. All right, ladies, let's give listeners 3 simple things to do this week.
Number 1, run 1 social poll and DM 5 warm leads. Keep it under 2 hours.
Number 2, block 1 dedicated day on your calendar. No negotiations. And do an AM creative sprint and PM admin sprint. Close with a 5-minute review.
Number 3, have a 60-second pilot conversation with your partner or household. Agree to a 4-week test and a review date. That's your permission slip to try. If you do those 3 things, you will have learned far more than a year of wondering could have taught you.
Before we go, promise me you'll be kind to yourself. Entrepreneurship is a marathon of experiments, not a single perfect sprint. You've got this.
And document results. If it works, scale. If it doesn't, archive what you learned and move to the next experiment. Both outcomes are wins.
Thanks for spending your weekend minutes with us. Be sure to subscribe, grab the Weekend CEO checklist in the episode notes, and share this episode with one woman who needs permission to try. Polished in the boardroom, protected in the bonnet. Thanks for tuning in to Boardroom and Bonnets. Be sure to subscribe, leave a review, and share this episode with another powerhouse woman. Until next time, stay ambitious, stay authentic, and don't forget the bonnet.